Hi everybody, it's Tracy here and I'm wanting to show you some fun that I've been having with linen. Now I do hand dye a lot of my own stuff. I really like this lightweight stuff because it just takes the colour, and I love to tease it and pull it apart and poke and push. Can you see how it ends up so frothy? And then I like to stitch it down. I'm not trying to make it into anything in particular. I like the idea that it will make itself in a way. Can you see how I am stitching following where the holes were poked in? Because it creates little ridges and bumps when you start to pull it, and that frays some edges and it makes other bits stick up into big bubbles, and it makes indents in others, and it just is a lovely background to put your stitches on. Have you ever looked up in the clouds and thought, oh, I can see, a cat or a train or whatever? So this is a really good exercise in stretching your creativity and seeing what you can see in the shapes that you've pulled in this fabric. And here we are. I've started stitching some down, but I've decided, I didn't really like how those blue lines there, those blue strands of the fabric are trapped in there. They don't really suit my idea because this is a sky. So I end up pulling and teasing and poking things the way I want them to be. But do you see the lovely frothy white? They're clouds. They can as easily be froth on waves. It's just such a useful fabric to play with. So I've also mainly just adding in lines to tack it down, following the curves as I've said, and also with the odd French knot thrown in. You'll see soon an area that I've done that in. But can you see how the overlapping of the different fabrics and the teased holes in them allows the other fabrics underneath to show through? That's part of the beauty of it. You're building up layers of fabric. When you've finished with one thread, pull through to the back, a couple of stitches to knot it off. But look at that, I just love it. So the yellow here, I'm thinking is like flowers, and I'm just going to do some stitches here. See how I have to try and hold things down as I'm stitching. Sometimes it's decorative and sometimes it's to just make sure that that's held down. And now I'll do a few stitches, and then I might do a few French knots. Just to be whatever I want it to be, flowers, trees. Or just a pretty pattern. I really like it. You can see to the left of the picture there, I have actually put some dark orange fabric underneath and pulled it so much, the linen, that it's just given us strands over top of that orange that's poking through. I think we could really use that. But I think this gives you a good idea. We're just holding things down, and we might tease it into shape by trying to get some of the threads to bunch up together. See, like that there? I've just pulled 3 or 4 together, and then I am couching them down at once because I don't want them any further up. So that's what that's all about. Yes, some more French knots, especially on an edge like that. It just makes it so varied. So I have been playing with this quite a bit lately. I have developed some kits because I think it's fun and people need to be able to explore their creativity with it and have a go. So I've made some kits with hand-dyed fabrics and they're available on my website or Etsy store. I thought you'd just enjoy seeing the process anyway, in case you have some loose fabrics. You might find something suitable in the op shops or in your stash. It has to be loose, but then when you look, some fabrics are loose anyway. Just have a little experiment, see if it will, if the edges will fray or if it will poke and pull apart a bit. I actually had to go at some bandages where I dyed those to try that one time. So, you know, you'll find something. But it's always wise to look at something when you've finished in its little frame. That it makes it a picture, you know, instead of a big mess. And really this can be a very messy artwork. But if you put a frame around it, you'd be really surprised at how it suddenly turns it into that fabulous picture. Yes, it's a little bit abstract. It might not be for everybody, but it's almost sculpture. Sculpture with thread and with fabric. See how I've got green fabric under that, and I am teasing it out of the way because I want to show more of that green through. And that's how we do that. So I'm always turning it round, looking at it from a distance. Look at this. Now I can see a bit of a landscape. I can certainly see the sky in it. But you continue down, get your main stitches in, holding things down, and then go back and tease and play. See what you see in that. See what you want to bring out. You can add things to it. You can change it. It's not static. You can move it around just by teasing it out, or you can cut bits into it. Actually, you can also do that. Or if you decide, oh no, I wanted more of that blue to show underneath the green, then by all means slice a little bit into the green and pull it apart some more and have some more of the blue showing through. I consider this to be like painting, and the lovely frayed material is like brush strokes. So when you want, you can use several strands. You could use different fabrics. You can see I've picked out some white in the sky above, and I've done the French knots like frothy clouds. And here I've loaded some orange, and what I'm trying to do is, like we did above, hold some of those strands together. Look, it's almost like the trunks of trees or roots hanging down on a cliff. It's really what your imagination tells it to be, and then you just coax it that direction. But it's nice. I like that little bit of orange showing through. So, yeah, I like it. I think that I'll just keep working away here for a little while, show you a few more things. But this one's nearly ready, and it's done its job. It's shown you the basics of how I do these manipulated linen artscapes, so that you're ready to have a go yourself. Now, if you are interested, I do have kits available in different themes, with all of the colours and the threads that you need. There's also a practice kit in there so that you can practice your stitches if you're not so sure of yourself there. But we'll get to that a little bit later. I'll show you some pictures. Well, these delicious colours here. And yes, so a few stitches and then a few French knots to give it that lovely texture. You could add in some chain stitch, some feather stitch, some seed stitch. It's like a sampler that you could try different things on. But I do love texture and colour. I can get a little bit carried away. So that's probably enough of that now. You've had a good look. The main thing is that you just enjoy yourself and realize none of it matters. You can undo bits, you can take them out. Nothing matters. And you're finished when you think you're finished. This is not a project that means that you have to do certain stitches in certain places at certain times. Here's one of the kits that I was talking about. Look at this lovely sea. I've got a close-up on the right that shows you that white has been used as frothy waves. Here's a sunset. The fabric in the foreground is actually frayed as well. And we've used some darker colours to be a silhouette against the sunset of trees. And this one's nice. Purples and greens and aquas and blues. So I hope you have enjoyed this and are going to go forth and look at fabrics a little bit differently. Look to see what you can poke and pinch and fray. I have been Tracy Campbell. Art Fibre Stitches My Business. If you've liked this video, please do like and subscribe. And you can check out the links below if you'd like to find me anywhere else. Thank you.